Alrighty, let's do this. Nightly, I salute you wherever you are. Welcome to Louis Marcos. The gentleman you're looking at is Rory Leidelmeyer, right? You guys probably know him. When I was young, I had his posters all over my room, and what a surprise when he wrote me a message on my social media yesterday. He follows me, and it's an honor for me. I mean, he's my idol, right? And he asked me a candid question which inspired me this video, right? So he said, "Thank you, Louis Marco. I follow your post on a daily, but please explain to me what is the anabolic chicken," right? So I answered him candidly too. I said, "It is the premium vitamins found exclusively at Oxygen Gym in Kuwait and raised by Badr Budai and consumed by some bodybuilders, amongst which Big Ramy and also Rolly Winkler. And it inspired it is food for thoughts for me right now." This picture, of course, he is with the legendary Mr. Serge Nubret, the Frenchman, was one of the best physiques ever, made immortal by the documentary Pumping Iron, which took place in Pretoria, 1974, if I'm not mistaken, published in 75. Of course, won by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Serge placed second. Third was Lou Ferrigno, if I'm not mistaken. Both belong to the same era. As a matter of fact, Rory started competing, as far as I know, in the 70s, and he was Mr. America in 1980. I was 4 years old, right? And of course, Serge Nubret passed away at a very respectable age of 73 years old. And it goes to show and to showcase the difference between that era and today's era. When it comes to Rory, he is still training and he is still running. He is a trainer. He's a posing coach. And if we go and take a look at his old photos, some of them, this was in, I think, 1983. You recognize Richard Gaspari, Bob Perez, Mike, what's his name? Mike Christian, sorry about it. Famous for his triceps back then. And also Matt Mendenhall, right? This was in 83. Over here, same competition, most muscular pose. This was in his era when he had the mustache. Some of you might remember him from his long hair era. This one here, right? And the mustache is this one. And in some others, he had no mustache, no long hair too. So he was all over the place. I think he competed up to 1994. So it goes to show the long period he was in the circuit. He had a marvelous back, even by today standard. And of course, he was exceedingly aesthetic, right? And you know, if I go back to that question about the anabolic chicken, right? We all know what's up. We all know what the vitamins are, right? But the staggering difference between these guys who are still healthy, I'm going to show you a video about him training 22 hours ago. He is still rolling strong. Between these guys and the guys who came mainly in the 90s era, because that craziness, or that craze rather, we all know started in the Dorian Yates era, right? I mean, I can name you guys, even though it was prior to Dorian Yates. You know, like I made tons of videos about, you know, the late Momo Ben Aziza, a slew of them. I mean, victims of the 90s. Now, granted, there are some people who were in the 80s who succumbed to, you know, some excess or some abuses in the 80s, but it's not comparable to what happened from the 90s up today, right? Now, of course, you recognize the guy next to him is Bob Barris. Some call him the uncrowned Mr. Olympia. He was just proper, and him too. Guess what? He is still looking healthy and strong at an advanced age, right? This is him again next to Serge Nubret. It was in the early 80s, right? And the video I was telling you about is this one. This was him 22 hours ago. Right now, for the unaware, his age is exactly 59. He was born, I think, in March 18th, 58. So that does it. He is 59 right now. Let's take a look real quick. Okay, disable the sound. So quite healthy, he's in shape, still rolling strong and doing very well. And again, this is absolutely a testament that there's a major difference between the back then era and today's era. And it should be a message to all of you guys, because let's be honest, most of you listen to me or being a fan of bodybuilding or just lifting are not aiming to be Mr. Olympia, let alone a competitive bodybuilder. So we don't have to go buy the book and follow what these guys are doing and follow their lead in, you know, the consumption of famous creatine, BCAAs, and protein, to say it politely, and to not trigger anything on YouTube. As you guys know, we call it vitamin S, so to speak. That's it. So it was not only a salute to one of my idols, really, but also a message, an indirect one from his era to all of you guys, right? This guy, he was in the circuit for like during three decades, right? The 70s, 80s, and also 90s. And as you guys saw him, he looks healthier than guys who were competing merely, you know, in the 90s without naming any name. They're either crippled or they damage their health with non-reversible effect. God bless you. Don't forget to like the video and tell me what you think about it.